morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you guys are in the world. Thank you for being here with me. Let's get started. I'm not really sure what the message is going to be today. Today we're going to kind of wing it. I did have a dream last night. I don't remember all of it, but I remember that I was in a wetsuit. There's also somebody mowing the grass next door, so I apologize for that. It's perfect timing though. I said I'm just gonna do the video now. I'm just gonna do it. Mower or not. Mower or not. I'm also hearing something about Mayor, and then I'm hearing John Mayer, so maybe that fits in somewhere here for some of you. John Mayer, Jonathan. But anyways, so yeah, had a dream. I was in a wetsuit. It wasn't a full body wetsuit. It was just long sleeve, and the bottom of it was like a regular swimsuit. It was a one piece. And there was a huge trampoline, like a large square trampoline. It looked like it was in a gymnast building, but there was no building. Instead, we were by the ocean. But like those type of trampolines. So anyway, there were a lot of females on it, and there was like these lines going across the trampoline. You know how you look at swim lanes on swim teams, and they're divided by these swim lines? It was just like that, but on a trampoline, and all of the girls were in like regular bathing suits, bikinis, things like that. Only there was one other who was in a wetsuit like me, and all these females in their own lines, their lanes, all on this same trampoline, were doing like these crazy acrobatic moves right beside the ocean. Now, what does that mean? I don't know, but I decided to tell you guys now. I don't know if it's part of the message, but I said, well, I'm just going to talk about it. That's what we usually do. And now we got a mower, so let's piece that together. We got a mower. We got a mower. We got a mower. I'm also hearing something about Mandy. Mandy, Amanda, Mandy Moore. John Mayer, Mandy Moore. I don't know what that's about. Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll write that down so we can keep track. Otherwise, I shall not. All right, I've been sitting here for a minute trying to marinate in the energy, and I'm like, what does this mean? What could it mean? And I was asking Spirit, okay, what type of vibe is this? And I do get love. I do get love. So then Spirit drew me back to the wetsuit. It was only me and another person, right? Everyone else was showing more. Bikinis show more. You're basically wearing lingerie. A bikini shows more skin than a wetsuit, but if you remember me saying my wetsuit did not look like a regular wetsuit. It was a one piece, it was long sleeve, but from the bottom down it was just like a regular bathing suit. My legs were exposed. Water can always symbolize the heart, love, spirit, emotions. And I told you that the trampoline was placed near the ocean. A wetsuit is used to keep you warm, you could say dry, but I was partially exposed. Someone here is partially exposed or will be partially exposed. I think it's physically, whatever that means. Maybe they're just wearing something from the waist up but not the waist down. Maybe that has nothing to do with this, but I'm kind of like picking up on it. Or this could be you. It could be anyone. But it's like there's something, it's like exposed, but it's not a bad thing. You hear the word exposed and you freak out, right? No, this is just like everything's exposed. When you wear a bikini, you're really exposed. So this could have to do with what someone's wearing. Maybe someone just comes in with something really sexy, or they're wearing something really sexy where you are, or it's like a little bit revealing but not a lot. But if we're talking about emotions here, someone is like, they're teetering the fence. I don't know how else to say it. Somebody here that I'm picking up on is teetering the fence of, do I fall in love? Whatever that means. Or do I allow myself to feel this? Is this what I'm feeling? Am I feeling love? And then the other side of the fence is like, run. I feel like someone's like, do I run? I don't know how to swim. I'll drown if I jump into these emotions with this person. It's kind of like the swim, like my, what's it called? Yeah, I'm seeing like a lifeguard here, like somebody blowing a whistle. Someone's like, they're still in the shallow. I'm seeing Lady Gaga, they're still in the shallow end of their emotions for someone. Yeah, or even something, you know, haven't went all the way in yet, because what if I can't swim? This is someone standing out, like, right, just enough where they're not going to get carried away by the ocean waters, but they can still stand, but it's pushing them a little bit. Someone's being pushed by the waves of their heart into loving someone. Like their spirit guides could even be pushing them, like, hey, 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 and they don't know why their heart and their heartstrings are tugging towards a specific individual, but they are. And it's like, still fit. I see the water getting higher on someone's neck, and like their toes are still touching the sand of the ocean floor, but it's like, but the way, they're far enough out that the waves are kind of pushing them to swim a little, either swim a little or go back to shore, right? It's like that. That's the whole point I think Spirit's given me of the swimsuit, or wetsuit. You know what I mean? Like the bottom half is exposed in the water and the other half is still a little protected. It's covered. The part where the heart is. The part where the heart is has not opened up yet. It's still very much protected. It has the wetsuit over it. They're only partially exposing how they feel. Someone could be partially exposing how they feel to someone. Like it could be the smallest little inclination, or maybe this is what's going to happen. You or another person could be like, all right, I'm gonna do a little bit here to show someone how I feel, but I don't want to do too much because I'm still not certain of what I should do. I'm still not even certain how I feel. What if I swim out there and there's sharks and they bite my toes off? Like, you just don't know, right? And I think someone here is banking on wanting certainty, and they're kind of missing the point. It's like there is no certainty. You could still be in the shallow and get attacked by something. You're already out in the water. I feel like somebody's already out in the water. They've already gone in. Whatever that means. They've already done something, or they've already slipped and fallen in love, or they've already something has happened here, whether they want it or not. I feel like someone may be trying to stop their emotions. They may be trying to harness it, break it, tame it, but they really can't though. They're already in, or you're already in. Somebody is. Somebody's already in. This is why the trampoline was so close to the water in my dream, and why there were, it could even be interesting. Okay. So remember how in my dream earlier I said that there were a lot of females on this trampoline in their own lane, okay? And they all had bikinis on. Like, they were way more exposed, and they were doing all these tricks and everything. And there was only one other person there that was dressed like me. So somebody here really stands out to another, and we've been picking up on that, right? It's like maybe even everyone else they've encountered in their life, or the people that they're encountering currently, whatever it is, they may even have a lot of different people they talk to, or they've just met a lot of people. Maybe they have a lot of exes. Maybe they've had a lot of experience. Maybe it's not that, but they just deal with a lot of people. That's why the lanes are significant. Maybe it's like, they've seen the feminines in their workplace and how they do. They've seen the feminines in their family and how they do. They've seen the feminines that they've dated or had romantic encounters with, the one that they're currently with if they have one. Whatever this is someone who could be, like, for the most part, they feel like they understand females. This could even be a female themselves, or it's a masculine, a male here, who's like, for the most part, I understand women. But then there's this one person who's also very much like them, but it's weird because it's like, well, you should be like all the rest of them. Why aren't you like them? Hold up now. No, for real, hold up. How come everybody else over here, I got them jumping and they're doing their own little thing? Like, I got them pegged. I thought I had them pegged. I thought I've had everybody pegged. I mean, for the most part, I've seen a lot of different types of people, and I basically got it down. I understand they're all kind of different in their own way, but for the most part, they're all fucking same. But you, whoa. Why aren't you trying to show everything? It's also like, this is someone who notices the other person is also protective of themselves. Like in my dream, I had the wetsuit on, right? Let's say this is you, just as an example. You have your heart guarded. You have that wetsuit over it. Even if you're with somebody right now, someone's got their heart guarded. And they also have other people pegged. They've dealt with a lot of different types of people. And at this point, it's like, for the most part, I know how to read people very well. But somebody shows up and they're not at all like anyone else. And that's like hard to believe, right? It's like almost like finding a new species. I'm seeing the movie Species, almost like alienistic. This could be like, it's almost unreal. It's like there's something about this person that It's like, I'm telling you right now, that mother is not real. It's like that, right? But it's in love. Someone has partial, you could call it partial feelings. They're partially, and maybe they don't expose their feelings to this person. Maybe they're only exposing them to themselves. Like, oh my God, is that my heart beating? Like the trampoline that I got all these other bitches on? Or that I just, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be romantic, all of them. It's just like they're in their own lane. This person knows how to deal with everybody. If they know how to flirt with people at work, they know how to flirt with people at work. If they know how to flirt with people in their life, at the grocery store, just to get in the line faster, whatever it is, this is somebody who could call them smooth. They're very smooth. I'm here, smooth operator. A guy or girl. This is someone who's very smooth. And it's not because they're being fake. I just feel like this is a person who's good with people. And they know how to deal with different types of people. They're like a shapeshifter, but we all are. We're all shapeshifters. Nothing is more shapeshifty, we've talked about this, than coming in these bodies and then coming right back out of them as a spirit. I mean, that's very shapeshifty. So over here, we have someone who's like, there's something, it's almost like seeing your own reflection, because the person looks very similar to you, maybe not on the outside, but you can just tell their energy speaks before they do. And or yours, however this goes, if it's reversed, it's like, wow, there's another one like me? No way. I'm not really knowing what this other person's thinking and feeling. I mean, maybe we could tap into their energy if you want, but I'm only knowing what the main person's feeling. See, they're not swimming in the ocean either, or you're not. You're just standing by it with this half wetsuit on. But you're planning to get in, or you wouldn't have gotten the wetsuit to begin with, because those things are hard to get on. You're planning on doing something. You just haven't done it yet. Or vice versa. But it's like, what's this person planning on doing over here? It's kind of like someone has witnessed a piece of themselves in another person. And it's intimidating because it's like, well, whoa, what if I swim to you? What if I jump in and I swim to you? Or I just step in and swim to you? Whatever. What's gonna be under the water? I can't see the ground. Right now I'm still touching the sand underneath, and it's pulling me closer to you, but I'm scared. The more it pulls me closer, the more I feel this draw between us, the more scared I get, and the more I want to turn around and go back to shore. But it's like, I just want a certainty what's over there. And it's like, listen, if you were to look under the ocean water with your goggles on, just picture it with me. If you've ever been in the ocean doing anything like that, you're standing in the ocean and it's kind of pushing you, right? But you're still touching. You can see the shore, but you're like, man, if I go any further, it's like, I can't see what's underneath me. And if you have goggles on, you can look in the water, and I'm telling you, you can see, but you can only see so far. There's no certainty ever. I think someone wants certainty here, and I'm like, there's no certainty. You're just gonna have to trust it. So this is someone here who's like, they're trying to, right? They're trying to trust it, but then, there's always like, they're like tug-of-warring with themselves in their mind, or they're kind of like going back and forth in their head, like, what do I do? What should I do? I think at this point, the emotions are gonna get carried away. Someone's emotions, because I'm thinking of the water, and it's pushing someone further. So someone's emotions are going to carry them away, further towards the unknown, which would be this person. Someone is coming, or you're coming, or you're being pulled to do this, or they are, and to trust the waters, trust what you cannot see, trust the uncertainty. So someone's trusting the uncertainty even though they're not really wanting to. I think it's their emotions, they can't help it, which means that it's probably something there that's more than feelings. It's like a soul tie or a soul bond. Someone just recognizes another, and as themselves, really, it's like there's something so familiar about you. And maybe they know them. Maybe they've already been introduced, or they've known them a while. I don't know. In my dream, it looked like, I don't remember the face. I just remember they were wearing the same thing as me and looked very similar body-wise as far as shape, but I don't remember it being masculine or feminine. I just remember thinking, wow, they're just like me. Yeah, I'm thinking about being in the ocean, and I don't remember what was scarier to me, standing on the shore doing that, because I've done it before too. I think a lot of people have if you've been in the ocean. But also when I went dark, exactly. When I went shark diving, like an hour out in the ocean, because you can't see shit. I mean, you can see so far down, and then it's just dark. It's oh, scared the shit out of me. You're good, Spirit. You're good. Yeah, okay. I see what you're doing. So somebody here could like to, maybe they're playful. I don't know. One of you could be playful. You or this person that's in the wetsuit with you. Okay, there's all kind of signs happening here. What's up with the dog? Well, dog's like, you know, they call it man's best friend. So, you know, it's like playful. It's playful, but also dangerous, you know? Because I was talking about, as all this was happening, I was talking about being in the ocean, and it was super exciting, but oh my God, was it scary. Whew. I mean, like, you're looking out here and you see sharks out here, and then you don't realize that, oh shit, there's one swimming underneath you. It's like they kind of do like wolves, you know, they like circle you, and it's like, oh shit, you know, some of them are a chum bucket eating a dead fish, but most of them are trying to be like, oh, who's this bitch? You know, and you're like, nobody. You gotta watch the ones underneath you, you know. You can't have eyes in the back of your head, but you got those ones that like they sneak up on you, and they're like, you know, you're like clenching your asshole. You feel like you can't breathe, and you can't hyperventilate in the water, because I was doing that, and I had to get out one time. I had to get out and like calm down because I was having a panic attack. I was like, oh my God, I was like Michael Jackson, like, I mean, it was scaring the shit out of me. So this is how you or another is experiencing this next wave of emotions come through your life. Whether you're doing it right now or going through it right now, or they are. Someone is definitely going to be experiencing a wave of emotions. It's going to go from fear, or you already are, they are. It's going to go from fear to terror to, am I gonna die? What if I die like this? Would I be happy to die this way? I can't die this way because everybody would be so mad at me. And like, you just think of all the things you have to do. Would this be the end of me? But it's like, oh, it's so fun. I just want to mark off my bucket list. And then it's like, oh, not so bad. They're not so bad. They could totally just swallow me in one gulp, but they're not so bad. Shark are friends. And then you're in the water and you're like, damn, it feels so good. It's so relaxing. Too bad I can't just enjoy it and float right here without having to wonder about these bloodsuckers underneath me. So peaceful out here. The water's just hitting you. And you're like, yeah, that's right. You know, so you're going through all these emotions. You go from being comfortable with it. You go from being ready and excited to jump in and just mark off that bucket list or whatever it is, you know, jump into those feelings. But then you're scared because once you put your toe in, you're like, you know, there could be jellyfish in here too, and you can't always see them. I mean, I can see the sharks, but sometimes you can't because they swim from behind you. There's a lot of shit in here that could kill me. There's so much fear. Yeah. There's so much fear. Someone's like, you know, I'd rather go to the mountains where it's safe or safer, where the majority I have to worry about is just like foxes and bears and things like that for the most part, venomous snakes. But I can just put myself in a safe little building. I can get, you know, a horn. I just feel like being on land. I'm scared to go in the water. Someone's scared to test their real feelings here. It's not that they don't have feelings now with whatever they're doing in their life, but it's almost predictable. Like whatever someone's life is right now, it's too damn predictable. Yeah, almost boring. It's boring because it's so predictable. Like every day, I'm hearing mundane. It's the same shit every day. Wake up, do this, and this. You may have a few things you do different every day, but for the most part, it's the same shit every day. And you could call this stable, or you could call it like routine. Some people really like that, but I feel like deep down, someone's like, this is kind of stale. I'm kind of bored. You know? Like, I want some excitement. I want to do something else. And it's not coming from a place of the boredom, though. It's because their emotions have been involved somehow with something else. Yeah, like, not a whole lot. Because the wetsuit, going back to the wetsuit, it fits in here. Because the wetsuit is covering the upper half, covering the heart, you know, I think this is why someone is having a hard time making a decision between the ocean and the mountains. And I don't mean that literally. I mean, maybe someone's deciding what they want to do or where they want to go for a little vacation. Or maybe it's just like actually in love. Someone may be settling for one type of lifestyle they may not even realize it as being that, but it's kind of clearly their attention is diverted over here. But it's not necessarily like anyone's cheating or anyone is being, ooh, the grass is greener. I don't get that. Because they're not jumping to make a decision. No, but they're toying with the idea. Someone's toying with the idea of like, what would life be like if for this time I went and jumped in the ocean instead of stayed in the mountains? I'm hearing like, don't get me wrong, I love the mountains. See, like someone goes to allow themselves to get out of just the shallow over here. Like they want to explore more of what is this pull I'm feeling to this individual who's just like me. But then they're like, because they can't read this person well, because I feel like whoever this is very hard to read themselves. They don't expose their heart easily. This is why the wetsuit is covering the upper half, right? But whoever the other individual is, they're also dressed like them, remember? And they're the only other one. So this is someone who's like, whether they realize it or not, they may be like, I want more certainty because all these other people on these trampolines over here, they're in their bathing suit. So I totally know how to read them. I know what I'm gonna get. I can trust that it's safe. But over here, they're covering something too. They're not showing all their cards. They're not showing their chest. They're not showing how they feel. So I don't want to dive in if they're not going to be there to meet me. This is why someone goes back and forth, because they don't want to dive in if they don't know, repeat, if someone's going to be there to meet them in the middle. Somebody wants some sort of guarantee, and I think they're scared to make what would be called the first move. Someone is scared to make the first move, or to even, let's say someone's made a first move here. It's like this person is scared to retaliate. Retaliate seems, that's not the right word. Someone's scared to reciprocate, to reciprocate love or admiration because they're trying to be responsible for themselves, for their life. And the reason I say that is because let's say you were swimming out in the actual ocean and you were swimming out to meet someone in the middle, okay? I've heard that song, Meet in the Middle, is a country song. Even if you're there to meet each other, there could still be a shark, and the shark could grab you or them. So even if y'all were holding on to each other, it may not necessarily get both of you. So they're not going to save you in the end. You're still out there, every man for himself, you know? That's the truth. This is a super interesting message here. Yeah. It's like, this could be for some, this could be an individual who's in a relationship now. They could be taken, or you could be, someone here could be taken. Let's speak on it. If someone is in a relationship right now, they consider it the mountains. It's predictable. Even if they feel like that's too harsh to use that word, inwardly they look at it as it's predictable. They know what to expect from it. It feels safe to them. It's something that they could just settle down and be comfortable with, you know? Maybe they already are, or they view their life as settled and comfortable. But there was something that happened. Maybe it was a dream. I don't know, because I can't think of what links this person to the ocean, right? Like, what originally made this person or made you want to experience partially the ocean? What did it? That's what I can't connect here. The only thing I can think of is when I started the video, the neighbor was doing what? Mowing. And when you mow, it's because the grass has been too tall, you can't see. So it's possible here that what's happened is someone's been in their mountains, they've been in their relationship, whatever it looks like, varying levels of love, different levels of love, right? Some are married, some are dating, some are engaged. If this is someone who's in a relationship, or you, someone's been in the mountains in this relationship. It's like, I'm pretty rooted in it, we're comfortable, or you know, I know what I'm gonna get here. It's predictable. But the grass got really high and someone mowed it. Someone mowed the grass around this mountain. And when they mowed the grass, this person was like, oh my God, there's an ocean out there? Like, they couldn't see it before because the grass was too high. Maybe they, for whatever that means, there was something keeping this person from being able to see the ocean. Okay? And when this grass was cut, they were able to have a wider view of what's really going on in the world, what's really in front of them. And since they've seen the ocean, they're like, oh my God. It's because you've seen something you haven't seen before, right? And what's interesting is why this ocean calls to this person so much is because the ocean is a reflection of them. The ocean is their emotions. You can be safe all day and in a predictable environment, but are you really, really digging deep? I mean, truly, it's when you take adventures that you dig deep, that you get all these new things that just cut you and crack you open. They dig right into your soul. This is why they say don't go exploring, why they say don't open Pandora's box, because you might find something that will cause you to grow. This is why a lot of people choose to do one certain thing for a while, because it's safe, it's comfortable, it's predictable, it's what people call reliable. But also other things can provide insight in your life too, but it requires taking chances, it requires being willing to lose, and it requires a lot of vision and creativity for your life and adaptability. You have to be able to adapt to new circumstances and situations. So this is an individual who, once this grass was cut, again, they've seen what else is out there, the possibilities, and it reflects them, and so they're like, wow. So in a way, there was an instant attraction to it, like we've talked about in a couple of videos. It was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. I want to go out and see if I can swim in it. But then now we're at the point where we're like, do I want to get in? Or maybe someone's already in. I think they're already in a little. You could call it in love, but it could be someone who's in love with someone else, but they have someone here in whatever way. Could be they've just been talking to someone. Maybe they're not in a committed relationship. It's like, oh, but we've already been talking and we've been on a few dates, but now I've encountered this ocean. That's what I'm getting from this message. I mean, I know it's kind of weird, but that's how I'm seeing it. What it feels to me like what is going to happen is someone is going to choose, at least as far as this video, but you know, things can always change and they do. But as far as this video, someone or you watching is going to choose the safe path, the safe bet, because there's no certainty and they can't see far enough in the water when they look down, and they want certainty. So because they're not going to get it, they're going to stick with what they know, and they're going to choose the safe path. They're going to return to the mountains in this video, yes, which would be either for some a current partner, and I'm not saying they even left the mountains, but their heart has, right? Or their attention has for a little bit. It's been diverted, but it's right back here on the mountains, and maybe even the person they're with, they don't know, because there wasn't actual cheating. It was just like their mind was kind of entertaining the idea, right? Now maybe some actually went and entertained the water, the ocean, but then they've returned back because they're like, this is the safe bet. There's too many things. I'm just going to stay here and use my binoculars. So somebody could be with someone and they're watching someone else and they're just not going to ever make a move, at least as far as this video. Now some could just be returning to or choosing their safe bet, their safe life. They could be single, but it's like, I'm going to choose here. I'm going to choose to stay here because you live so far. I've thought about it, but I'm just going to stay here. So it wouldn't work out anyway because we live too far. Something like that. There's a lot of different stories, but returning to the mountains, but still watching. Still watching, almost waiting. Waiting for what? Waiting to see what happens. This is someone who's like, oh, what's going on with the ocean over there? Let's use these binoculars. Oh, there's a hurricane today? Oh, cool, that's great. Yeah, well, there's another. It's almost like someone's like waiting to see what happens over there with the ocean. The ocean that they very much resonate with. Because the ocean I'm talking about here is the other thing wearing the wetsuit when no one else is. So someone's like, I know I belong in that ocean over there. I just know, but I'm not going to go. Because I'm going to settle into my identity here. But let's see what's going on with the ocean over there. Let's spy on it. Let's watch it through a binoculars or something. They're watching to see what's going on with the ocean. And then they watch. And then like when things happen, like natural events or natural things, whatever's happening in another person's life, this individual may inwardly be like, I don't know, I'm getting different ones. You know, there could be some people who are a little smug about it. Like, I knew that was going to happen. I knew there was going to be a hurricane over there one day. So I'm glad I didn't get in the ocean and leave this safe zone over here. This, what I know I'm going to get. I'm glad I didn't go to the ocean. It's like they're finding reasons to be happy about why they chose to settle. They're finding reason. I'm hearing founding fathers. Someone's finding reasons here, or you, somebody, as to why they're like, oh, I'm glad I didn't do this and this and this and something. I know that probably doesn't make somebody feel good here. I mean, it's really kind of shitty, honestly. But it's like, I don't think this is someone who realizes you can also have a tornado hit the mountains. You can have a wildfire. It's not just the ocean that has natural disasters and has things going on with it and deadly creatures. The ocean is a very terrifying place to go, but so is the mountains. And you could die and be ruined just as easily in your safe zone over there as you could diving in the ocean. You could burn to death over here, right? You could get burned just as easily as you could drown over here or get eaten up by something. So don't get too comfortable is what I'm hearing someone say. Wow. I feel like the ocean here, this could, hell, like some of y'all could be the ocean. You could be symbolic of the ocean, and this is someone who's like, they've really wanted to take a chance with you or make a move with you or something, or really make something happen, but they just stay where they're at, whatever that is, convincing themselves that they're not settling, but they are, and they know they are, or they wouldn't have ever entertained you. It's something like that. I feel that some of you as the ocean are like, you know what? Don't even get close to my shore. Don't get close to me. This isn't like a back off type thing, I'm gonna harm you, but it's just kind of a little bit of a warning. It's like, don't even get near me. Must be a weed eater. You see what I'm saying? Look how long it's been between the weed eating and the mowing. That's been a long time. What they've been doing, sitting there trying to like fix it. I don't know, but a weed eater, you ever been whacked with those things? Okay, someone here is like, don't get near my shore. Or you may be thinking, don't get near my shore. I'm the ocean. If you just want to sit there and watch and think of all the things that are wrong with me, all the things that you could get hurt, watch out, I'm just a big red flag. Okay, then don't even get near me. Throw your binoculars away and stop watching me if you are too terrified of what I have to offer and what being involved with me entails. Stay in your mountains. Stay in your mountains and stop looking this way. Look that way. Focus on your mountains. Because at any moment, something could come and destroy what you've got going on over there. So I would be careful. Okay? I feel like the ocean's getting a little annoyed here. It's like, you're not going to just come in and half dip in and enjoy me. I don't think so. No. And you better know that before you approach me. Now, some of them already approached you, vice versa. Some of you have already approached someone, may have already had a little thing, maybe a fling. But it's like, if you're not going to dive all in, and you want to think about why you're checking off all your good boxes over there, and like patting yourself on the back while you're not investing in me. Your attention is all on me, but for the wrong reasons, because at this point it's just you're trying to pat yourself on the back for not jumping in, not involving yourself, just getting shallow with me, but not really going all the way in. You're like, oh, I'm glad I didn't do that. But like, while you're doing that, meanwhile, you're about to have a forest fire over there, right where you're at. Because that's the universe coming in with the tower. That's the universe saying, you're not going to do that. You're not going to play both sides, and you're not going to lie to your heart. And you're not going to use the ocean for viewing pleasure. It's like a voyeur. You're not going to use the ocean for viewing pleasure to allow yourself to feel things, because they do, but not to dive in, right? And then just to meanwhile live something false over here. We're going to show you how unstable this stability is to you. We're going to show you. It can be just as, and is just as dangerous as the waters. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later.